She wouldn't do that. She's not like that. So the people who know you and they know what you stand for, and if you stand with integrity and in your power, and don't let someone topple you over because they have, uh, you know, uh, idea about something or they don't like what you said, you just stay strong in who you are, and your integrity will get you through even the worst character assassination because the people who know you know. And if you just stay strong and you just keep being that person, you will get through it. This too shall pass. You will get through it.
Wow, it's like being canceled, right?
Hmm.
Like someone tried to cancel you. And it's big things like that. And it's like little things like, so my little podcast is starting to grow. I'm so grateful. I've been putting a lot of work into this and it's finally starting to pick up steam. And I go through and I read my comments. If you don't know, I read my comments. I answer most of them. So if you drop me a comment, I will respond. And it's me, not my assistants. And so I'm doing this little series on dating after 40 and after a long-term relationship. So like a limited series. It's called Dating After Divorce. So if you haven't seen it, go to my channel and watch it. And it gives advice for online dating and in real life and stuff from my experiences because I'm doing it right now. And I'm sharing stories and whatnot. So there's this guy that commented on one of my videos and he was like, ew, I'm going to try to remember exactly what he said because I don't remember exactly. But he said something like, ew, how to take advice from someone no one wants or is someone who's unwanted or something along that was the intention, right? That was something. And I was like, I just laughed because I'm like, this person doesn't know me. He doesn't know anything about me. And he just, made a comment on that was just derogatory on my post. Well, one of the things that Brian Rose, my fearless mentor, always says is that if you don't have any haters, you're not doing something right. So I was actually really happy to get that comment. And also, if I was less aware of who I am as a person, right, that might have hurt my feelings. That
Hmm.
might have made me feel sad, but I know that it's not true. So it's about having that sort of strength within yourself to know that these people might in your life might even mean well or not. They could just be a troll. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't always require a clap back, but I will clap back sometimes. Okay. But that didn't require a clap back for me because it was a joke. It was like laughable to me. But sometimes you have to be able to stand in your own power. And I agree with you so much that totally begins with self-love and loving who you are, even the flawed aspects of yourself, so that you can put yourself out there and pursue your goals and dreams while knowing that not everybody may agree with you. And some people may try to destroy you, but you know that you deserve to succeed and that you can succeed, and sometimes you don't have a support system to help you do it.
Yeah, and that person that said that on your post,
Mhm.
sometimes people are that's the space they're in and they're projecting on you. He's projecting his self-loathing, his self-dislike on you because he's feeling bad. Because you got to remember when we come on and we're all cheery and happy and here's all the possibilities. So we're this model of possibility. A lot
Mhm.
of times the people who criticize us are the people who are the frustrated dreamers. They really do want something good. They do. But they just keep telling themselves it's impossible. It's impossible. Instead of affirming I can do it. I can do it. And instead of looking at this possible scenario, they just criticize it because they feel like they can't have it. So they're just going to tear it down and maybe they're going to feel a little bit better.
It's true, and that happens, I think, with a lot of like sometimes attractive women or attractive men or high value men or high value women that are considered that there are people who could not attain them, and so they want to tear you down a peg. So you see a woman out here doing something creative or a man, because I
Mhm.
love men and women. I half my audience is men
Mhm.
about statistically. And there can be a person in your life that is just envious of you, or they know they can't be what you are or have what you have or be with you. So
Mhm.
they want to tear you down and make you feel small.
Mhm.
These are what we call at London Real Academy, external resistance.
Got it. And I think it's really important to have strong relationships with people who are going in the same direction you're going. So I want to be, and this has been said over and over, but I want to be in the room with everyone who's smarter than me. I want to be in the room with everyone who's more successful than me, more happy than me, and most importantly, who are who have done the deep work. They've worked through the wound. They've worked through those deep places and shadows, and they're living their best life. Those are the people that I want to be around. Even though I might feel less than them because, oh man, I'm looking at them going, oh, I'd really like to get there. But just being in that type of environment is always going to be helpful. And, I think a key to that is I think the most successful people in the world, me being an optometrist, we use light because any darkness, even with a little bit of light, is no longer darkness, right? So if we can go into our shadows, into our dark areas, and shine the light and work on those deep parts in ourselves, the parts that are really painful, I think those are the people that are the most successful outwardly. You have to be successful inside to be successful outside. You can put on a good face for a while and pretend like things are okay, but it'll fall apart. It's a house of cards if you haven't worked on the inside part.
So how can we work on the inside part?
There's a lot of ways. I know when I work with people, just in a nutshell, I go in and I look and see where they're at. I see where the blocks or obstacles are. I see where the places are that are not serving them. And then we work to clear the obstacles, but also open up their vision. So, I talked earlier about the central and peripheral vision. Well, you have to use both together for you to be able to see where you're going, focus. You have to focus to get a goal, but also see the whole map, not just a piece. So when you open up your vision, and you do that by clearing the obstacles, clearing those limiting beliefs, clearing those hurts from childhood, even to just open up so you can be, oh, everything's clear and bright now, more and more lights coming in. And that's when your creativity, your light, your brilliance comes out. And I mean, that's what I'm working for, is helping people clear the obstacles or open up their vision so that they can see how phenomenal they are.
I love that. I think that what happens is we are born phenomenally, and we are
Mhm.
phenomenal, right? But we start to get a lot of this programming that teaches us, and wounding that
Mhm.
teaches us that we are not good enough. And I always say there's an epidemic of not enoughness and
Mhm.
feelings of unworthiness, of living the best possible life. And sometimes it's because of our external environment, but that's resistance.
Mhm.
And I think that clearing that stuff, we hear a lot about, what, you have to get rid of your limiting beliefs. You have to, at least I do because I'm in those circles. But sometimes it's hard to understand how. Like, what is the first step that I do if I'm like so sick of my life the way it is? I want to do something. I want to be a singer, a songwriter, an actress, a dancer. Like, I want to do something different in my life than what I'm feeling like I am doing now, or maybe even what I'm capable of. How do I start breaking those thoughts that tell me that I shouldn't do it, or I feel like an imposter if I try? How do we do that?
So there's ways you can kind of do it on your own, but I think it's always better to use a mentor who's been there. So if you, in general, you could use someone that like I work with all different kinds of people. But let's say that you are an Olympic skier. Well, what do? You go find someone who can watch your stance and say, move a quarter inch this way. Put your knee in out this much and then turn your foot this much. See, it's the